there everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are at the lovely Berri and we are at the Berri Riverside Holiday Park and we're staying here for 7 days, and I'm just going to show you everything around this park and all the facilities and everything that's available if you come around to Berri. The other thing is I'm going to give you the rundown on the costings it's cost us to stay here and our weekly budget. So stay tuned and I hope that you stay with us for this episode and I hope you enjoy. Welcome to this segment of my episode this week on financial side of traveling in a caravan. I'm going to be doing weekly update on how much money that I spend and my expenditure, because I want to try and live quite frugally and living within our means, trying to find things that are local, that are free or cheap, and also trying to sort of live cheaper. So I'm just going to break down this week. So this week that's just gone, we were actually at Berri Caravan Park for a week, and we actually managed to get our park fees for $240, so $240 for the week. Now, one good thing about some of the parks that you can stay at, you can get memberships, and those memberships will give you perks like discounts and time off. You can also do things like stay 4 and get 1 free and that kind of stuff. So if you're actually looking at park fees and trying to save money, best thing to do is try and see if you can join some of those memberships, because that'll actually save you some money. So just a background story on that is that we are not solar set up yet, so we're kind of a bit tethered to caravan parks for a little spell. That's not going to happen always, so this is going to be mostly tied into staying at caravan parks and maybe 1 or 2 nights on low-cost camping or showground camping. So we'll see what we can find while we're traveling around. So $240 I paid for the park fees at Berri Riverside Caravan Park, and you've seen the footage of that. It's a beautiful place and I do recommend staying there. It's absolutely stunning. So fuel to get there from Adelaide. So from Adelaide, I think it was about 350 kilometres. So we spent, I think it was about $130 to fill up my tank, but then I filled up when I got there. And that tank of fuel actually took me to my next destination where we're at now, which you'll see that episode next week. So I ended up spending $200 of fuel. So I was sort of like in advance with fuel, if that makes any sense. But I'm thinking that if I try to sort of keep in advance, that will work out well. So I paid $200 for diesel. That was to get from Adelaide to Berri and do the driving around that we did and a few other things. I also spent $150 on food. Now, families are different sizes, so if your family is bigger, you're going to spend more. I think I'm going to do a segment on low-cost meals and stuff like that eventually in this, because I think I want to try and live on minimal amount of food. We don't get takeaway. Toby and I did get takeaway last night while we were at this one, which will be factored into next week's, but we've had a few.
They had amazing chippies.
Yes, we're going to factor that in for next week's. But this last week that we had, we only spent $150. We didn't get any takeaway. We didn't do anything like that. The first night that we were there, what did we have on the first night? We had barbecue on the first night. The second night was...
Can you stop straying away from the camera?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to sort of think what we actually had for meals. So on the Saturday...
Camera, okay.
On the Saturday night, we ended up having pizza, because that was with the wedding that we were at. So we had a wedding and we had pizza, and that was free. So, you know, our food that we actually had, but we did go with food on board, so you know you could give or take another $50 on that, but we didn't actually have any takeaway, no bakery food, nothing like that while we were away. So if you were going to do that, you need to factor that in. So Then the other thing that I did buy that was sort of a miscellaneous thing was the side awning, because where we were staying the sun was beating in on the side and it was just really horrible. So we bought a side awning and that was $90. So that's factored in. So I ended up spending $680. That's all I spent. I didn't spend anything extra. Oh no, sorry, I did. I actually spent another $4 to actually do some washing. So I spent $4 in the machine. So that is all I spent, and the whole time that we were there is $684. So that's the first week. That would be for a Thursday to a Thursday. So I am on a budget of $750. Now I do have more than $750, but I'm budgeting for $750, so that will give me a little bit extra, and then I can save some money as well for things like car expenses and etc. So I've actually not factored in all those things like your insurances and your other bills that you might have as well, because I've paid up a year up on my registrations and my insurances and a couple of other things. So those you might have to factor into your budget. So if I was to factor in registration, miscellaneous, budget in for, you know, emergency funds and stuff like that, then you'd probably coming up to around $800 or $900 a week. So that's doable for me anyway, but I'm just looking at just the basic stuff, because you can go overboard with like sightseeing and stuff. So you're going to see in the next segment, while we were at Berri, I'm going to show you all the things that were cheap, low cost options to go to if you just want to live on a budget. And because this is actually a lifestyle for us, we're not actually going on a holiday as such. We're just doing a lifestyle. We're just trying to sort of save a little bit more money. So stay tuned for the next segment coming up, which is going to discuss a little bit more about some of the free options that were available in that area that you might want to do with your kids and family members. So stay tuned for that. So everybody, this is Berri Riverside Holiday Park. We are coming here and we're staying here for a week. So a really nice park, and I'll show you all the facilities here. And as I said, we're going to stay here for a week. I'll just quickly show you across the road. There's the marina here, so you can pop your boat in, kayaks, all that sort of stuff. And around there, I'll show you some footage in a minute. Toby did some paddle boarding, so nice little marina, and the river is quite full at the moment and is rushing, so definitely be careful down here if you've got kids. So everybody, here we are at Berri Caravan Park. This is our maiden voyage. Toby is got this. He's like a superstar, this one. Organising everything for me. But look, I got the caravan, I reversed it in, got completely wet by the sprinkler, but that's okay. I think I didn't do too bad a job of getting it in. And Toby's just sorting out the stabiliser legs and whatnot, and then we'll pull the awning out and start getting our van ready. You can put a bit more pressure on them, that's fine.
Yeah, I know.
That'll do. Yeah, that's good. So we've got everything up here. The kayaks, the car just ran beautifully here. And we're in a beautiful spot right next to the pool. How could you get any better than that? So we'll definitely be swimming in there very shortly. So in this park you've got varying types of accommodation. I think there's like a group accommodation area that's just over there. I think you can have more than one person, so it's like for small groups, like, you know, scouts and school groups, etc. There's lots and lots of different types of cabins. All of them have varying prices. I can't really tell you what all of those prices are because they vary from time to time and peak and off peak, so I wouldn't really want to speculate how much they are. So I'll show you around a little bit more of the different types of cabins and that they are. There is some waterfront ones over there which I'll just show you in a minute. So over there is the actual building for the camp stays. It's very nice, very new, and you can stay there with like groups of people, church or scouts or anything like that. This is the entrance to the mini golf here, and it's very pretty in here.
The one thing I really like about this park is it's extremely well maintained. It's in beautiful condition. They're out there all the time. It's kind of a bit noisy sometimes during the week because they're out mowing and watering and blower vacuuming, but it is really, really well maintained. So these are the front of some of these cabins that are available. And then there's beautiful grass sites everywhere. So the site that we're actually paying for was $40 a night, I believe. I'm not sure about discounts, etc., if you can get discounts, but they're really, really lovely and shady and very roomy. They're good sized parks. So I'm pretty happy with how big they are. So there's plenty of options for anybody who wishes to stay here. Everywhere you go to, there's like little barbecue areas dotted around, so there's plenty of cooking areas that you can use. I've got plenty around. I've seen plenty of them around the park, so lots of facilities here and very well maintained. So these are the other waterfront, or say poolfront deluxe cabins that you can get while you're here. There's plenty of ice around too. There's like ice at the front office. I'll try and see if the girls will allow me to introduce them, and I'll show you a few more things around. Beautiful pool area. Over here is the jumpy pillows. What I like about this park is it's got two individual ones. This one's the toddler one, so this one's for the little kids. So that means that you're not going to have really big kids here bouncing these little people off the pillows. So it's a really nice idea. So they've got this one here, and then you've got the bigger one for all the other kids that are just over there. So that's a good size one. If you put your little kids there, then it's at your own risk, to be honest. So you can't say that they haven't provided for little toddlers, so that's really good that they do that. Now over here is another camp kitchen. This is a air-conditioned one. Now I believe they use this one mostly for events, but I think you can actually use them if it's peak season and they need a bit extra, but generally it's for events, so it's usually locked. We're actually parked in this area over here, which is a nice grassed area. That's us over there. Our friends are just directly opposite us. But beautiful maintained lawns area. What more could you hope for? So I will continue on. It's quite a big part. There's a lot going on here. So over here, a few days a week they do pizza nights here, or on events. So we have actually had the pizzas here for my friend's wedding, and they were actually really good. So I do recommend it if you come here and do a pizza night. I think they're quite reasonably priced. I'll just go over into the area a little bit. So, you know, there's all chairs and everything. Sometimes the cafe's open. It's not open every day because, you know, they have to make sure that it's worth their while. So there's a little communal fire pit here that I would suggest that they put them on when there's events and stuff, when it's colder. Lots of places to sit. There you go. There's ice in there, and you get the key from the office. And there's your like golf. It's like your pricing. We've been here for 7 days, so we actually got it free, and we can pick up our club. So over here it just tells you the times that it's open. So it's open later this afternoon. So this is the camp kitchen in here. Lots and lots of space, lots of cooking space. Now, this one's sort of like open, so it can get really hot if it's summer. But everything's here. You've got 2 stoves, microwave, got kettle and toaster, place to sit. like everything you got. And what I like about this one, it's very well sourced. This Caravan park is probably one of the better caravan parks I've been in. And you get your detergent and everything to do your dishes. I come down here and do my dishes here because one, it saves me dishwashing liquid, and two, I can get it all done really quickly. So I'll often come down here and do it. There's a fridge if you don't have your own, or you just have a bit too much for yours. Just label everything and pop it in there, and date it and stuff, because you don't want it spoiling in there. And then the park owners know what's what and whose is whose. There is another block of toilets and showers over there, and a little playground for the kiddies. I'm just going to go and take you over to the tennis court and show you that, because I got to talking to someone and actually missed it, so I'm going to pop over there. There are more cabins and that over here. So many cabins, lots of places to park your vans, lots of cabins, lots of park space. I think these are your drive-through sites. Oh no, they're just slanty ones. So you can sort of see how big they are. They've got like a line that shows you the size of it. So they're very good size, lots of room. I like these angle ones because they're actually easy to park into. So definitely lots of space. We'll carry on down here and I'll show you some more stuff. Another lot of laundry lines as well. I assume there'd be another laundry down here then. So another second laundry. It's a big park, so I would suspect that they'd need two. Yep, so another one, and you've got sinks and stuff, and it's just slightly bigger than the other one, but yeah, pretty much does the same thing. And lots of lines to put it in. Looks like there's just more space out the back here for when peak season's here. This is another little small camp kitchen sort of out the back part of the caravan park. So same thing, this one's got an electric stove instead, big fridge, just everything you need in here. So for the people sort of in these back areas here, they've got somewhere to cook, and plenty, like I said, plenty of barbecues. Everything is well serviced, nice and clean, looked after, and yeah, it's just perfect. Also has ensuite sites, so if you want to have a shower or your own own shower, you can hire these. I believe off peak they're around $50 a night. I'm not sure what it is on peak, but if you like to have your privacy, these are the way to go. I may get this with the next time that we come to visit here for the anniversary of my friend's wedding. We're going to come back here as an annual thing. So there's quite a few of them scattered around, but definitely a good thing if you like your privacy. But there's plenty and plenty of cabins scattered around here. It's a really big park. So one really good thing to do on the cheap while you're here at Berri is to paddleboard. So there's a little marina here where people set off their boats. I'm not sure if you can see the river. The river is flowing pretty fast at the moment, so a little bit dangerous. So we've just got Toby down here on his paddleboard, practicing, because he's never done it before. This is his first time. Yeah, maybe. We'll bring him down with the kayaks.
I think you should. It's absolutely not.
There he goes, big stand. Woohoo! Well done. So stand tall and just look up. You look up, look where you're going. There you go. So bring it around the front of it, yep, to the other side. You've got to flip it, don't you? Yeah.
It's actually not as bad
Once you get
your balance.
yeah, just get your balance. Whoop! Nice save. So yeah, nice and cheap. Once you've got your paddleboard, it's free, isn't it? So you can kayak down here, drop your kayaks in, paddle around. Caravan park's just there. What's that?
I don't even have my fin on.
That's all right. You don't need a. You only need a fin in the sea.
I'm going to put it on and see how it is, see how it affects it.
All right, go for it.
So I'm going to paddle in and see what the fin
So he's doing pretty well. So another cheap thing to do is go paddleboarding. We actually picked this paddleboard up for just under $200 on special. So I'm always out for specials. And he actually paid for that out of his own money he got from his grandparents.
But that was pretty good for my first time on a paddleboard.
Well done, you. I think you did amazing. Over here is the swimming pool. It's a huge pool. It's 1.2 metres. So plenty of room actually. I know that in peak time this would be quite full, but we're going off peak. And then there's another pool that's just over there, that's the heated pool. Toby and I had a bit of play around over there last night. And you've got all your little lounges like you do in most caravan parks. It's very resorty. So it's a really nice place to cool off, and we obviously needed it this weekend because it was really, really super hot. But today is quite mild, so we'll probably wait till later on in the afternoon. So a great golf course, have fun, enjoy. When you stay here for 7 days or over, I think it's 3 days or more, we had a special one where we got free golf. I think it's usually around $9 if you stay for like longer than 3 days. There is sort of a pricing range for it, so it does cost extra, which is a bit unfortunate, but if you look at the golf course, it's kept really well. The same with this whole park, you know, the facilities are amazing. It's kind of worth having a shot.
In the top donation to help grow the park.
No, go right over because it goes all the way over there.
So what button do you press?
Oh God! Oh, it spins as well.
I had to jump on it.
Yeah, so aww, she didn't fall off.
See, I'm old school. We actually used to have swings like this. They were dangerous.
Titanic off the run. I think this used to be like a cafe or something.
It is a cafe, I think.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. Nice and tall. Oh, it's very slanty. Don't like slanty. Follow the wall. Just put your finger on it the whole way around. In here. No, we're not in the same spot. Ooh, oh, look at that. Look, come back. Look at that. There's a little spider in there. Hey!
Aria, Summer, Noah. Summer.
Ready? But it has trapeze on it.
I got a sniff.
Holy jeez!
Oh, oh, good save. So another free thing to do is come and have a look at the scenic lookout. So we'll show you up the top when we get there. Very pretty here.
Trust me, I'm not going to give you this phone if you break that for me.
Well, if I break this phone, I don't expect you to give it to me. So when you come to the river, you can get some yabbies. Let's hopefully that there's some in the pot. Oops, only a little, it's like a little
Oh, there's some shrimp in there.
shrimpies. They're good for your bait.
And then I'm going to chuck that fish in there in a sec.
Yep, the fish will probably go well.
Let's go, Mo.
Hold one. There you go.
Little one, a bit. Ow.
How can shrimp survive you?
Oh, they can pinch you. Doesn't hurt though.
They're little pinchies.
Doesn't hurt at all.
Is it on you?
He's a good bait, mate, that one.
Yeah, that'd be good bait.
He's
He's got him, look.
Get off. Get off, you shrimp.
He'll let me go in a sec. I'll just take.
Stunning. Stunning down here. Beautiful spot to come yabbying and fishing.
I'm going to do that after.
Watch out with the kids.
Line in. Once I get this line in, and then I'll go sort out the yabbies.
Here's Penchy. Toby's new pet for one more day. Always
No.
spitting like crazy. He's not a happy Penchy. Penchy.
Just sitting there now.
Ah, it's coming to get my toes.
There it goes.